Yep. It's your boy BossCowboySports. And you already know we bringing you
another one.
So we go keep our promise today. We going through our series, The Depth at Guard. It's something that I know we need to keep our eye on. I'm definitely not of the opinion everything is gonna be okay. It's something that we gotta keep in mind that it's a lot of influence with the Dallas Cowboys. I really wish this was an organization that didn't have a lot of weird things happen. I really wish we was not an organization that had a lot of weird things, but that's not the case. We have. So because we've done goofy things, we gotta stay diligent. Because we have done some goofy things. And so we gotta keep our eyes open. And a lot of this gonna come with the film. It's gonna come with the film. The film is really the key as we just kind of look at all the depth at guard. So we could be going through it, looking at all the different options. This is part 2. Be right back.
Another one.
How's my sound, Boss Cowboy?
It's alright. Yeah.
All right, then. Well, before you guys get settled in, the like, share, and subscribe. Follow Boss Cowboy Sports, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can follow me at OC100 on Twitter. What say you, Boss Cowboy, about this conundrum of guards? This political angling of guards.
You might gotta come out and come back in, bro, because it is kind of the Wi-Fi kind of messing up where you at. So we gonna cover this real quick, and the OC gonna come right back, because obviously we dealing with this series. So, and the whole idea is to kind of go through, look at the evidence, and as we look at the evidence, this should give us some confidence as we kind of going through the statement that was made. And a statement that was made came from the war room. All right, so we go back and listen to the war room. Here we go.
You got 2 minutes.
We're just getting warmed up.
Will, who would you take?
Personally, I would go with Mozzie because I know that he helps us now with the guard. I love the guard too. My question is, you're adding something to it where we have depth. I think the defensive lineman gives you an immediate starter. And
so that's what this whole series is based on. This is going, and we looking at all the different depth options. So week 1, to tell everybody honestly how I feel as I'm waiting on the OC. The first
I'm back, man.
Okay. So the first film we did, and it was my first time really looking at Chuma, right? And so looking at Chuma, that one game was not bad to me. It was good. If you can evaluate one game, it wasn't trash. And where he was strong, in my opinion, he was strong in the areas that we go need. You know, somebody that's gonna be a good run blocker.
Okay, this is what happened. I'm sorry.
You know, so we already gonna be breaking that full, just clipped out film breakdown. We gonna be showing that tomorrow. I'm gonna be downloading that, but we already been through it, right? So it's gonna give people confidence to say, at least with Chuma, he's to me a decent Band-Aid.
Yeah, you said it right. Decent Band-Aid. But the unproven and injury history makes me know for sure he's a backup.
Yeah. And see, that's my concern, is that it's not history on him, really. It's a lot of injury. Well, it is history, actually, you know.
Yeah.
Cause see, Coach Marv, he called me today and he was like, "Hey boss, we fine. And I was like, why? And he was like, Will McClay wanted this guy. And I'm like, yeah, I know Will McClay. They've been trying to trade for him and do all that. He was like, so in San Fran, you know, they really didn't have all these powerful starters. And I was like, yeah, I understand. I get it. But my thing is, like you said, his injury history, right? And he only started one game at left guard last year. And technically, on the technical side, he needed some work. Now, we also talked about, just kind of recapping part 1. We was fair because we was like, well, if you ain't really start but one game, how can we expect you to just really ball out? What's your thoughts on that before we kind of get into part 2?
Yeah, I think that, it being a warm-up game for him is okay. I think that, he did okay. Some things he got to clean up. But at the end of the day, man, he's not a rookie, right? I think that's a solid game for a rookie. I think for a guy that's been in the league for some time, injury history or not, he's seen enough and seen a lot of movement where you're really expected to come in and be fairly sharp. And I'm not trying to be hard on him. I just think he's okay. I think he excels at vertical push off the football, vertical drop block. And I think that's his sweet spot. I think laterally, no. I think recognition, no. I think technique, hand placement, pass pro, drifting, all those type of things that he's going to have to be good at. And in my opinion, you're playing with a borderline elite defensive interior on almost every team that we're going to face in the East. Right. And so those are the things that make me take caution and make me think, okay, we need to take a look at this and be sure we're ready to go.
And the good news is this is one of the main things. This is really where we kind of hammering on the last kind of key place to where we can establish dominance. Because I don't think people kind of understand. I don't want to be good enough. I don't think people kind of getting what I'm saying. I don't want good enough. And then I don't understand how we just so relaxed about this position when Mike McCarthy's been preaching run the damn ball. Like, how can that be a major emphasis, but we kind of take this kind of like flip it?
I think that, he doesn't have all decision-making authority, right? And I don't think Will McClay has all decision-making authority. Some of this comes down to the ideals and what they want to do in terms of running the team above Will McClay and above Mike McCarthy. And so that's what this comes down to. This is budgetary. And the issue that you're going to find is that when you get into the playoffs and when you get into facing the elite teams and defenses, is that good enough is just not good enough.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is, man. When you're facing guys that are elite, it's like the margin for error. It's a lot of arbitrage. It's like the margin for error and the margin for just being okay is like getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller when you play those great teams. And so this is just something that we got to keep a close eye on, Boss Cowboy. And it's okay if nobody else does, because we are willing to do it.
Yeah. Because this is almost like the last key spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like key spot.
Yeah.
And see, I think the key part that people miss what you just said, I'm going to say it again because hopefully people didn't miss what you just said. Hold on real quick. To me, the key part to what you just said, OC, was that Will McClay is not in charge. That some of these things are about budgets. And some of these things are about philosophies. See, that's the key part that people miss in what you just said. Philosophies. And that's where politics can get involved. So like for even Chuma, for example. Chuma, and we go get into this, I'm gonna explain this at the end. Technically, according to the philosophies of the Dallas Cowboys organization, Chuma is a bastard. And we go through that. I'm gonna go through that at the end. I'm gonna explain what we mean by Chuma is a bastard. That we talking about a philosophy that's present with the Dallas Cowboys organization. And that's why Will McClay, this is what he said, and then we go get into the film. All right, we go get right into the film. Remember, this is what Will McClay, and I did a show about this. He said, if you pick them, you have to use them.
Right.
See, that's the part that people are missing, is that he is, in a lot of ways, running the plays that Stephen Jones gave him. So when Stephen Jones, when he wants to see his guys out there, his guys go be out there. So if we don't keep our eyes on this, it can be messy and it can be sloppy because and I'm just keeping it real, because we've seen sloppy and messy before. We've seen goofy. We've seen goofy with this organization. And we got to explain, before we get into the details, I'm going to first start by saying this. We go get into the film today. But this competition, right now, as I see it, even that we even talked about last year, was already goofy.
Yeah.
So it's already proven when we go through this film. So, OC, so we got the film. Let me clean it up and then give me your last thoughts while I'm cleaning up the film and getting it ready.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, Will McClay is a person that is going to have to acquiesce and adhere to the business strategy of those above him, Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, etc. So he can know that it's the right player. He can know that they might be the best player. But at the end of the day, then, hey, man, he'd go do what the people that pay him want him to do. And so this is why I came out with a video and I said that Will McClay is the best ghostwriter in the NFL. That Will McClay is basically the ghostwriter for the Cowboys, right? They say they want a particular player and analogize it into a song. He writes the song, right? He writes the song, right? He's not necessarily getting credit. We give him a lot of credit, right? But at the end of the day, he is a delivery guy to the needs and whatever they want to see take place on that roster. And that's the deal at the end of the day. So, unfortunately, man, it is what it is. So we have to play this game. And this is just a weird game. And a lot of this is really based on Boss Cowboy. I hate to say it again, but it is based on a little bit of ego because you got a guy that clearly knows football way better than you, but you want to be heard. You know, you want to be heard, right? You want to, let's do this. Let's try this. You want to experiment. You know, some of this stuff is just experimentation. When you could just go ahead and solve the problem, it's experimenting to go with your theory to prove your worth. Because you don't want a guy underneath you to have more worth than you and to be seen as elite and smarter than you. No, this is what this is at its core, at its belly. That's what this is, man. And at the end of the day, man, the Cowboys are going to be a much better organization when you hire people and you understand their competence, you celebrate their competence to the point that you step out of the way and you let the people do what you hired them to do.
Yeah. So to say it frank, Will McClay should be the ultimate veto. He should be the ultimate veto pen. I definitely agree with you, OC. At the end of the day, this organization would likely run a whole lot better in personnel if he had the final sign off. But, you know, he does not. He just does not.
Yep.
So we got to play within the rules in which we're given. And we got to do our job, in my opinion, to kind of keep the pressure up where we see we need to have the pressure. As simple as that, you know.
Yep.
Now, before we, but first of all, let's just go and hit this button. Let's get into the film.
The O.C.
The film breakdown.
All right. Here we go.
So before we start, are we gonna go with the run blocking or pass?
Let's start off with the run blocking.
Okay. And before we start, because you're right, run blocking does make sense because we trying to get an indication of the potential guard play, right?
Right.
So before we start, I do want to show that the people that had the most reps out of all preseason games was Collins and Ball. So we first want to start this off by letting everybody know that it was way more than enough evidence in this particular competition. So this is going to be Ball at the left tackle. So you got it, OC. It's on you, big dog.
All right, man. This should be fun. Let's take a look at our guy, man. All right, check out Ball playing left tackle. He has a poor eye technique, covered up, a heads-up defender on him, and he steps off. And hey, man, good job finishing. Good job stepping inside, covering up. He gets a little bit of help with the tight end, and he finishes the guy. So good job. Next play, he's at the left tackle, and he looks good in stands. Okay, not a bad job, coming off the ball and running his feet. Did his job, kicked out his man. Good job by Ball. And bear in mind, he's lined up next to Tyler Smith. Okay, that'll be important here in a little bit. All right, so this is him stepping inside with a double team block. I want to see him come off, right? He didn't come off. He could have came off on that safety because this man ran down in the hole, right? He could have came off and been a hero, right? They're doubling inside. Go ahead. And actually, no, I apologize. No, he did his job. His man ran inside. He covered up 95. So he actually did his job. That's a safety running downhill and just make a play. So he did his job. Double team with him and then runs this man by, running his feet. Solid job.
Chat. What do y'all also think so far of what we seeing in the run blocking, right? Because see, everybody should pay attention at different parts of their game because it's a lot of people saying, OC, he's trash. But see, what we doing on this film study, We separating pass pro from run blocking. And OC,
Yeah.
yeah, explain that real
Go ahead.
quick. Why is that important in this assessment to guard?
Well, it's important because you're going to have a percentage of run plays versus pass plays. And what you're looking for is a complete player, right? And that's the thing in the NFL. You don't want a guy that can do one thing. You want a guy that can do everything pretty well. And so that's going to be the key touch point, especially as we get to training camp or the evaluation of Josh Ball versus, everybody else that may be vying for reps in the position. And so that's why you have to separate the two, because a guy can look good in one area, bad in another. A DB can look good in zone, horrible in man, but he has to be able to do both. So that's the difference. That's why the difference of the evaluation. All right, let's take a look at him here. All right, we got motion, and he's singled up, look like he's getting ready. Okay, good pad level by him. Fairly good job, man. Not locking this man out and just doing his job. Nothing too impressive, but that's a plus. That's not a minus.
Yeah.
Here he is, hunkered down in the stands. You can tell just by all that weight that's on his hands, he's about to come off the ball. So here he is, shuffling inside, cutting off. I mean, hey, not bad. I mean, he does his job, man. Does his job. All right, let's look at this one. Now he's open-ended, right? They got overload right. Okay, this is the draw concept. And I don't like the fact that he lets the guy off and come inside, right? He needs to work on his footwork, but that'll show it more in pass pro, right? The footwork, right? He kind of oversets the draw block, if that makes sense. And he allows his defender to come inside. And so here he's more cautious. He comes off slower and he seals them, right? But hey, Josh, go ahead and try to finish, man. That guy's only 250 pounds. You're 300. Go ahead and finish the smaller guy. The smaller guy beat up on smaller guys. Big guys beat up on small guys. So here he is, open-ended, playing a left tackle position. Here he is. And, Josh on that play, man, I don't like, he's trying to get pad level. He does his job, but how he comes off the ball, it's not sudden, it's not explosive. He's making sure he doesn't miss the block. That's called blocking with caution because he's in space. And that's what you'll see. You see how he comes off the ball? He's not confident with the step to strike him. He's a little timid coming off the ball. He's trying to make sure he don't miss that guy. But he locks up with him. Okay, I did my job. Okay, look, I did my job. And good block, though. Hey, good block. But I want to see him more sudden. That's just a little bitty critique on my side, okay? But he did his job. Okay, all right, here we go. He's talking to Tyler. And let's see, it looks like he maybe has a wide defender out here. Okay, double team. Okay, come off. I mean, not bad. His man, number 40, that linebacker, overran the play, so he came off. He double teamed with Tyler. I mean, he did his job. It's like a zone concept block. He did his job.
All right, so at this point, we now have Collins in the game.
Uh-huh.
So we probably need to, do we run through it with just Ball, or do we do Ball, then go back and do Collins?
I would do Ball. Let's complete Ball and then come back and do Collins. Then that way you can see a good delineation. That's just my opinion. But however you want to do it, man, I'm cool with it.
Let's go. This is all Ball.
All right. So we got Ball. He's still at left tackle, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Here it is. Let's see what we got here. Good sudden step coming off the ball, man. I mean, good job covering up his guy, doing what he's supposed to do. I like to see him get his hands inside, though. His hands get a little wide. Okay? And this is the jet sweep. He looked a little bit confused. He just needs to sprint and get on the second level and just go ahead and block somebody, man. He's kind of like, chopping his feet too much. That's a jet. That's a quick hitter. You just got to get up there and try to do some damage. Okay, get the hands inside. I mean, he's covering up his guy, but he looks uncomfortable to me a little bit, how he's reaching and being a little wonky. He's a little wonky. But, hey, man, he's blocking a guy. He's doing what he got to do. His hands are too wide. Right? He gets thrown and pulled. Get your hands inside and drive. That's just a professional critique. Right? His hands are wide. He's getting stabbed in the chest on that play. Go ahead. Next play. All right, here he is. All right, inside for a technique. Shuffling the feet, coming inside. He's covering up his man. He's just doing his job. I mean, nothing too impressive. Nothing bad, though, either. I mean, he's doing his job. He's covering up his guy. He's doing his job. Let's see him here. All right, he almost gets the cutoff, but he doesn't run his feet and get the cutoff all the way. And his man gets off and gets in on that tackle. Want to see you run your feet and go ahead and get your cutoff, and don't just be content with getting your helmet on. Get your hands and dry your feet and try to finish the block. That's what I want to see. Hands are wide here again, so he gets stood up. But again, he seals the guy. He does what he's supposed to do. So he has the issue with his hands. His hands are wide. Open-ended. Here we go again. Single back. Okay, very, very good issue again. But he does his job. He sets up. You know, he keeps 49 from making a play. You know, so, you know, good block. All right, now he has a tight end next to him, okay? Now he cuts off. Come on, run your feet. I mean, not bad. I mean, he did his job. He just, you know, you can tell he hadn't had a lot of play time just because his hands are kind of like all over the place, in the helmet, in the neck, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But hey, you know, he's running his feet. Hey, did his job on that. Number 95 is just taking a break. He's not really fighting too hard, so that's an easy block. All right, here he is, next to a tight end. All right, stepping inside. Okay, good job, ball. Way to finish the guy when he tries to reach. You know, ball finishes the guy. Guy tries to reach, ball finishes the guy, right? Here he is. Good ball. Good finishes him, right? He tries to come underneath, ball. He gets off balance, ball finishes him. Good job. Good run block. All right. He hits his hip. See, ball hit that hip. So good job, ball. Tries to redirect, you know, ball gets him on the ground. Good job. That's a plus. All right, open-ended. And here he is on a draw. I mean, he does just enough. This man made the tackle actually downfield. So you want to stay on that block a little bit longer, ball. You want to finish. Don't be content with just popping them and letting them go. You know, these guys are great athletes. All right, so here he is on a deuce block. And, you know, he's doing okay covering up his man. I mean, not overly impressive, not bad, but he's just covering up his man and doing what he has to do. All right, and notice how he misses with the hand. Notice how he always getting hit in his chest. You got to get his hands inside, big fella. That's one of the things that will come back to haunt him on pass pro. But, you know, on run blocking, hey, draw plays, a lot of draw plays, stuff like that. He's doing his job. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, watch out for the holding. I mean, he did enough to block the guy, and then they bounced outside. So good job. That's a plus. He did his job. But it's technical stuff that as you go against better players and as you get to pass pro, so he tries to throw his man by. And, you know, and this is just technical talk, right? If you want to throw your man by, you want to show a shallow set. You don't want to just jump set him and try to throw him by. He's not going to believe you. So it's kind of like not best technique if you're trying to like throw a guy by, right? You got to bait him into a sprint upfield and just with a little bit better footwork. All right. So that's my thought about that. But that's okay. Again, did his job, got the job done in terms of making his block in particular. So you can't really say too much about that.
So that was all on ball. So real quick, taking a pause.
Yeah,
so
go ahead, bro.
From the run blocking, does that give you some confidence of him being good depth just from what you just saw?
I think he's good depth. I think he's adequate in the run game. I think he's adequate. I don't think he's dominant. I don't think he's go lose it for you. But again, and I'm not trying to be a negative antagonist, okay? I'm just being a realist, right? Mm-hmm. He's going against 2s and 3s. And some dudes is not going to make the team. So I just want to see you finish a little bit stronger, man, and really impose yourself. But overall, solid job. And I'm okay with it. Like I said, I'm okay with him competing and getting an opportunity 100%. But let's see what he does versus, you know, those that will be a little bit tougher. And when he gets more reps is the question.
Okay, here we go. So we start now and we're dealing with Collins.
All right, so now we got Collins, right? And now Collins is over here at, I believe, the right tackle. Let's see what he is.
Yeah, he was at right tackle.
Okay, yeah, I'm just trying to make sure. Yeah, we're trying to make sure that I'm locating the dude.
He three down.
All right, here.
3 down.
All right, cool.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. I see him. All right, I see him. 76. Okay, I see him now. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I look. So they got overload right. Okay, so good job in terms of good job pushing this man past, right? And he provided a cover to running back, pushing this man past the hole. Want to see him stay on his feet, but he gets kind of chopped up with his feet and falls a little bit, but he pushed his man past the hole, providing a cutback. So good job, solid job. All right, next play. So he's open-ended, okay? Now they're motioning back to him, and then they put the tight end next to him. Okay, deuce block. Okay, running up here. All right, and I mean, decent job, man. Decent job. He blocks his man, tries to get off on the second level. It's a decent job. Decent, runs with man a little bit past the play. Decent job, okay? So they're running stunts here. So, and I mean, it's nobody for him to block because he had a looper. He had a looper that he had not a chance to engage. So, not really much to evaluate. All right. All right, here we go. So we got overload right, 2 tight ends. Okay, here he is. This is all zone stuff, right? So it's just making sure that your man doesn't blitz the hole. So it's not really an opportunity to come off the ball. Want to see him a little bit more physical on the second level, try to be nasty and finish. But I mean, he does what he's supposed to do based upon the run concept. All right, that's a hinge block, right? That's a hinge block. And I want to see him finish more violently there. But I mean, he's supposed to check the B hole and then swing out. That's a hinge. Step inside. If nobody's there, hinge so that the running back can run behind your butt, which is what ended up happening on that play, by the way. But I mean, try to finish a little bit better down the field. As you see, he's checking. That's a hinge. Then he swings back. It's called a hinge. That's a hinge block, right? He's checking that B, and then I mean, his guy's running. I mean, it's hard to evaluate. That guy's not looking for contact. Try to be more nasty and finish him, Avionte. Get on the shoulder pad. But other than that, I mean, there's not a lot to say. He steps inside, does what he's supposed to do, drop. He's trying to finish. I like that he's trying to finish. Good job on that play, more physical. He's trying to finish. Good job. All right, here we go. All right. And I hope I didn't. Okay, there we go.
You didn't see that last play? I'll go back.
No, I didn't. I may have frozen, man. I'm sorry about that.
I heard it.
Sorry about that. All right, good. Okay, so I mean, that's a kick out block. All right, that was a kick out block, and he did his job there, man. He's just trying to run his feet and just push the guy out of the hole. So I mean, good job, good block on that. He's next to McGovern, good, and that's another hinge block. I mean, so he does his job, steps inside, check the B gap, and he hinges and seals. And he didn't let the defensive end cross his face, so he did his job in that position. Double team block, boom, come off, good job, way to go. Double team block with the guard, come off with the blitzing linebacker, good job. All right, so that's called a deuce block. All right, let's see him here. Running outside, very physical right there. Good job. Way to let him go so you didn't know. Then he tries to go block somebody else. Good job, man. That's a good rep. Real good rep. Got a 2-for-1 special. He blocked 2 on that play. All right, here we go. Up on the second level. Good. I mean, good. I mean, nothing to evaluate. Good job. He's up on the second level quick. He gets up on his man. And it's real hard for big guys, man. I noticed from experience, it's hard not to hold these fast, wiggly linebackers. So it's an art. If you can get your hands on a man for about 2-3 seconds, man, you're doing a real good job. Because those guys are moving and twisting and turning, and you may end up, boom, good job. Way to be physical, man. Great job. Good job on 40. That's called a bounce block right there, baby. He got a 2 technique on McGovern. He goes away. Ooh. Come right here. Good job, man. Creates a nice scene for the running back. Really good job. Double team. Great job coming off on the second level. Like that one. All right. Here we go. Boom. There it is. Good job. Way to be physical, dude. Way to see it. And good job, man. Good block. Okay, good. And he's pretty quick out of the stance. So, boom. Good job. Way to be physical. I mean, good job trying to push the guy out. I mean, your running back cuts inside. The guy folds off, tries to make a play. Nothing you can do about that. Okay, here we go on this play. Double team. So now he has to cut off, right? So he has to cut off. And a little bit too high there, right? A little bit too high. He got the job done, but gives leverage, got shoved back a little bit. But he gets the job done. All right, let's see. Got a safety running down. Okay, you duck your head on that one. You kind of missed it. You got swim. So yeah, you duck. You tried to do cut off. You got swung. You know, I mean, it was no consequential because it was a speed play to the left. But yeah, keep your head up, man. Don't get slung, right? Don't be susceptible to the swim technique. Okay, good job. Now he used his hands on the next play, so he didn't get swim. That play got blown up in the backfield. You really can't evaluate that. But I mean, as far as I saw, he did his job. All right, so here he is. Now we're at the goal line, okay? And so let's see this one versus 94. 2-point stance. This is a single back. And, I mean, this is just a quick wheel route, man, a quick arrow, I would say. Not even a wheel, just like an arrow. So he did his job. His jump set, he did his job. Ball came out super fast, nothing to really see. All right, inside, boom, good job. So he's doing a real good job with those bang blocks, right? Especially when the guard is covered up. He shoves the defensive tackle into that A gap, and then he hinges and comes off on the shooting linebacker. So he's doing a good job with those type of blocks. Really good job. Okay, great job with number 94 right here. Way to get leverage, right, and threaten him and hook him and make him come upfield and kind of widen him out. So that was a really good job by him on those last couple plays. So if I'm looking at them two, go ahead. So if I'm looking at those two guys, right, and I'm comparing them based on this tape, yeah, I think that Avionte Collins is the better, more experienced player. That's what I think.
So which one gives you more confidence with the depth at guard?
I think that based on the film, I would say Avionte Collins gives me more confidence because his tape is better. He's more explosive, he's quicker, he looks more comfortable, and he should. He had more reps in the league than Ball. And, you know, he played on a couple different teams. Ball hasn't. So to me, he should look better than Ball, right? He should look a little better than Ball. And he did look a little bit better than Ball. I mean, Ball is serviceable. Ball did a job. You know, Ball did some good things, but in terms of comfort, in terms of if I gotta put you against a one, if I gotta put you against a star, I feel more comfortable with Collins, 100%.
And I agree. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
This is the
you know, at the end of the
I want to hear you out.
No, you go ahead, boss. You got it. Go ahead.
My problem
go ahead.
is, especially when you have a bunch of reps to evaluate this. So we're not gonna go through Pass Pro. I'm not gonna go through Pass Pro. We know what happened on Pass Pro. We know. We could, but we know. We could, man. Let's get through some of them because we want to be balanced. We want to be fair, balanced, and show line by line, precept by precept, man. So let's go ahead and show a little bit of it. We don't got to go through every single play, but let's at least get five or so for each person. So that way everybody can get a feel because we talked about dividing up the evaluation, right? So let's get a look at it. Yep.
The O.C.
The film breakdown.
Pass Pro.
All right, here we go. So here's the Pass Pro. All right. So let's take a look at the left tackle here, Ball, and let's see how he does. All right, good initial set, and good job, man. The ball came out quick, got his hands on the guy, washed him up. Good job, Ball. All right, we're looking at the left tackle. All right, we're going to look at Ball here.
He was offsides.
Yeah, he definitely was.
He played
and so
it
here, yeah, he definitely did. Like he acted like he was just setting his feet. That was good though. On that particular play,
That was
he played it off though.
He played it off so good. Hold on real quick. Watch my ball. Ball is smooth. This is smooth. Watch it. Offsides.
Yeah.
Smooth.
Yeah.
He was smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, and so on that play, he didn't get no punch, man. He just took the blow, and that's what I don't like. I want him with his length and some strength, man. Don't drift and take blows. Go ahead and initiate the contact. Right there, he's taking a blow. Again, he's missing with the hand, so he's getting hit in his chest. Ball comes out quick. Thank goodness for him. But the guy's right in his chest, and you want to see him use those hands better, man. Use those hands better. In terms of his feet are okay. Well, his feet are not okay, but his feet are good there, actually. So he did a real good job in terms of changing directions. But his sets, his sets are okay right now. And I'm going to show some things that I saw on this film, later. But anyhow, so here we go. take a look right here. And the hands are wide, but he washes the guy back. But he's very, very shallow. And so
What's
when
up,
you're
C?
shallow in your set, yeah. When you're shallow in your sets and you can get carried back to the quarterback. So he's getting carried back to the quarterback a little bit. And that's the part I don't like, because when you play against a starter, those turn into sacks. And that's max protection. He did his job. He just shoving a guy. This is not, he's covered up, right? He's not open-ended. Has a tight end next to him. So this is a form of a max protection to his side. So he steps inside, and he's trying to block 2 for 1. So good job, because he actually stepped inside, and he blocked the defensive tackle and tried to hinge out and block the defensive end because the guard screwed up. So that was a good job by him on that play. Okay, good job, man. Good job with the inside hand. He drifts a little bit too much. He lets the guy come across his face, but he tries to stab him with the inside hand. He's turning that waist a little bit too soon, because he's not coming out. He's getting too much depth and not enough whip. And so like that right there, you see? And then that guy runs, and you know what I'm saying? He's getting depth and not enough whip. So the guy comes off very clean on the stunt, right? And it's his job to stop the penetrator, right? He's supposed to pass that off, but because of his set and his feet, he couldn't pass it off, right? That's why the guy came off clean inside. If it looks like a game, you got to set vertically. All right, good. Now that one he did a good job. He passed that one off because he didn't go nowhere, right? He didn't go nowhere. So good job on that one. All right, so we got 2 tight ends over there next to him. All right, this is like Max Pro, all right? Running inside, this is play action pass. He's running down to Never Ever Land. So there's not really nothing to evaluate on those type of plays, because it's max protection. Max protection for the quarterback, max protection for those offensive tackles, because they're not on the island by themselves. All right, let's take a look here. Good, he steps inside and takes the blitzer, and that's good. That was actually the right read, too, because the quarterback up top. Quarterback got to get the ball out, right? 2 for 1, he takes the biggest threat, which is the inside threat. So he's fine there. Okay, whoa, baby. You see, that's bad feet. That's open up your hips, open those hips, right? Funky feet not on the ground, and the guy, ole. So, you see this right here? The sequence, so that's bad feet right there, and that's reaching. That's oversetting, right? And no recovery. I mean, he got beat real bad on that one. Just real bad. That's ugly. That's the kind you don't want to see, man.
Especially inside. Can you explain getting beat inside and how bad that is? Because I think people gotta understand that. Getting beat inside is the worst.
When you get beat inside, it's the shortest pathway to the quarterback.
Right.
The quarterback normally is 6 to 7 yards, right, to your outside left shoulder if you're playing left tackle. If you get beat inside right here, you shorten the distance, right? You shorten the distance immensely. So if you're gonna get beat as an offensive tackle, if you go get beat as an offensive tackle, you want to get beat outside. Right. You don't want to get beat at all. But if you had to get beat, you want him to run outside, all the way around you. Right. Run all the way around you. Because if he crosses the quarterback's face, that's called post-traumatic trauma for quarterbacks. And then they get happy feet. And they make errors. And then you get sacks and tip balls and fumbles. And it's just a whole slew of negative things that can happen when you give up the inside pass rush. You don't want to give up the inside pass rush. Make them beat you outside.
Yeah, and then you also want a lane for your quarterback to be able to step up sometimes. That's where sometimes your quarterback can help your tackles. See, can I recall a story? Sure. I remember OC. He used to be coming off the field. We played at U of H, and we didn't have a mobile quarterback. OC used to be like, man, step up in the pocket. And see, now I understand you more. Because, see, I used to hear you, but I used to be like, whatever. Because I was a corner. I wasn't worried about you. But when you coming off the field and you was like, man, step up in the pocket. Like help me out. You know what I mean? So people got to understand, bro, that nuance of what you broke down is super important when we breaking down pass pro. We keep going. Here we go.
Yeah, man. No doubt. You're absolutely right. That was a good catch on that. So now he has a tight end, And so the tight end releases. Okay, now he's reaching, right? And that's holding, right, by him. He's got the dude down. But because he's uncomfortable being in space. And so when you have a tight end that releases, you want to get depth and width at the same time. And Josh Ball's feet knuckle, you see how his feet are clunky? Now that was good. He sat down on a bull rush, but the ball comes out quick, right? He just turns very quickly. And notice how he gets stuck on that right leg, right? He's not stepping with that leg. Like that leg is stiff, right? And that's when you have that slow footwork on the pass pro, right? It's not really fast footwork. He's uncomfortable out there because he's scared of getting beat outside. But you just got to set up, all right, like he did right there. That was fine. The guy didn't really challenge him, but that was fine, right? That's a quick, vertical, a 45-degree slide. Not even a 45-degree slide, almost a 90-degree slide. But just cover the guy up. Now, if he's rushing up the field, all right, here we go. He spins. All right, and no footwork, Josh. No footwork, Josh. No footwork, Josh. Josh, you gotta. The dude is tight to you, so when he's tight to you like that, look, you set up. Nothing wrong with the set. Strike him. Okay, now when he spins, don't let him get up, though. You let him get up. He spun off you and kept it down. You gotta close that down. And when he comes in you, when he dips in you, you can strike him. So Ball is wild with his hands, so he don't strike. And then his feet don't recover super fast. So those sudden double herky-jerky moves just got him on that play. All right, here we go. Now they run a game on him. He didn't stop the penetrator. Bad job.
Look at his feet, bro. Look how his feet get stuck. Watch his feet get stuck right here.
Yeah.
See that?
You see? Yeah. Yeah. He got those. We used to call them cement feet.
Yep.
Heavy feet. Yeah, he got them cement feet. So right here, you got to push off. You got to push off your left so you can move your right foot. His foot gets stuck in the mud, and he didn't even stop the penetrator. You can run that back.
Run it back.
So yeah, when they're doing a stunt. So right here, come on, Josh. You got to. So it's recognition. You got to recognize it, and he got to step down and hit that 3 technique in his mouth, like wham, so that Tyler Smith can come off on a loop man. You got to stop the penetrator. So that's, okay, that's fine. He does his job. He gets his helmet snapped back because, right, he's shuffling his feet. He's scared to miss you a little bit. And that's the sense that you don't give with Avionte Collins. He's confident in his quickness. Avonte's not scared to miss you. You'll kind of see that when you look at him.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And again, bad feet, man. Horrible feet. He got thrown to the ground and he just real stiff right leg in particular, thrown to the ground, and the dude crosses his face. And this is the play action pass, so they're trying to protect you here. They got a tight end next to you. They got a guard right here. Okay, you get thrown, and glad the ball came out quick. It's thrown around like a rag doll. All right, so here we go. That's old blow right, man. All right, here we go. Shovels his feet, and then he tries to he gets again. Like I said, the thing the Ball has got to work with is that foot quickness, and really, he has tight hips. He doesn't have hip mobility. Hip mobility affects the quickness of his foot. You see that left? You see that right foot? You see how that right foot is always dragging, like it's hard for him to pick it up, right? That's hip mobility and flexibility, man. And he's being serviceable. He's doing what he has to do, but this is versus 2s and 3s. All right, here we go. Now he's reaching. All right, now he gets bullied back because he's missing with his hands, and the ball comes out down the field. The guy didn't give him a hard rush, so he gets away with that. So the thing with tackles, and I've mentioned this before, get the hands aside. If you missed outside, draw him in. He tries to sit down, but the ball's out though. So he didn't give up a sack, so that was good.
Yeah, just pushing it on the technical side.
Yeah, definitely. And then you notice, here we go. Boom. You notice how, once he started having the problems, notice how they started max protecting him a lot more. Notice that. After the sacks, they started max protecting it. The problem is you can't run an efficient offense if you got a max protect all the time because you give another receiver. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Danucci caught my
No. No, you straight, man. Oh. All right, here we go. And then here we go, missing a looper. Ooh, almost a sack. Thank God that dude's elusive. Danucci's running for his life. running for his life and trying to make a play. Good job, Danucci, man. Thank God for a mobile quarterback. You see how he carries his hands? He carries his hands. His hands. Josh doesn't have twitch. Josh doesn't have twitch. Josh don't have twitch in his lower upper body. And I ain't never recognized that, but I recognize it. Josh don't have twitch. So when you carry, like Josh carries his hands like this, and they down by his waist. So and then he does this. He does this. So when a dude strikes him, they hitting him right here. They hit him, and that's your chest plate. That's control. That's like driving a car. Boom, boom, boom. People can drive you. Like if you carry your hands like this.
Make that noise one more time, bro.
Boom, boom, boom.
That boy did it.
Like a car. It's driven. Boom, boom, boom.
No, but you explained it very well, though, man. Hold on real quick. My boy iRock say, Boss ain't giving ball a chance. No, bro. I didn't hit that button one time on his run blocking. It's the pass pro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
so I didn't hit no womp buttons on him on run blocking. He was okay. He was good. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? So, but can you translate? Go ahead, O.C. You still talking?
Well, what happens is that when your hands are like this and they're low, and you miss like this, then you give up your chest. If you go carry your hands low, right, they got to be tighter, and you got to be quick with it. You got to be quick. You got to be popping a defender with, almost like throwing a jab. You can't be like this. You got to be like that. You got to hit the dude. You know what I'm saying? So that's the issue. One of the issues with this game. Go ahead, boss.
So we talking about depth at guard, and we watch tackle. Translate the feet work that you saw from tackle to guard.
I think that he gets away with it more at guard because of the fact that he has a tackle and a center next to him. Where he's going to have issues is guys that really play on the shoulder, that play on his outside shoulder, and that will pass rush him, because they go see that stanky leg, that stanky leg, the right leg, the foot that can't move, and they go counter moving. Are they going to hard speed rush him and press to make him open? Because he doesn't pick up the inside foot, so he can't slide and keep his outside foot in your center line. So he can't. So let me say that again. He's not picking up the inside foot, so it's hard for him to slide and stay on your center line, which means that he gives a soft edge to get beat on the outside. And when he tries to compensate by lunging at you, then you beat him inside with counter moves. Right there, you see that? So he turns, right? You see he turns easily, right? And then the guy counters inside and he gets inside of him. Because he's not pushing off, he's not effectively pushing off of that inside foot, your power leg, the way you should. You got to be mobile. Everything's off the inside foot. You got to be mobile and fluid on that inside leg. And if you're not mobile and fluid on the inside leg, it's hard for you to stop speed rush, and it's also hard for you to stop counter moves, and you get beat on the inside, especially because Josh misses with his hands. If he had great hands, then his hands could compensate a little bit and give his foot time to recover. Not trying to be too technical, but that's the deal with him. So he'll be okay on straight ahead double teams run blocks. He should be okay. But pass pro and one-on-one, where he can get quick move with guys that got quicks, no way.
Man,
no way.
They killing me in the chat, bro. They're killing me, bro. I'm over here laughing. She said, Miss Jackie say, Josh Ball, the wee woo player. I won't want my QB hurt.
Oh, you see this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
Ooh. All right, so we are evaluating the depth at guard. So I wasn't gonna go through the pass pro. The OC wanted to go through the pass pro. Now we got to go through the pass pro for Collins. We gonna put this all together, and then let's take a quick light break too. First of all, how y'all liking this analysis from the OC? I think he's doing a wonderful job. Matter of fact, let me go to the button and clap it up for the homie. Let's clap it up for
Yeah,
the homie.
man.
You're doing a wonderful job. I think this is a really, really good football conversation.
Yeah, if you like football, you're in the right place. If you want to just talk ball, you're definitely in the right place.
Yeah, because see, what we want to do is we trying to put film with this stuff. So we got Coach Marvin in the building. What's up, Coach? Coach said, he said, so to protect ball and pass protection at guard, you have to be hard play action passing team. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, you're correct, and you saw that, in the run game some, and you saw that with the max protect a little bit in the pass game. So yeah, he's gonna be fine because you're running away from the guy that just beat him. So that's fine. Yeah, and to boot, Coach, to your point, Schottenheimer, right, is a play action type guy. Okay, McCarthy is a play action type guy. Seattle front with him and the offensive line coach were a heavy play action type team. So in that regard, that's called hiding players, right? If you're going to do that, you're going to play action max protect because you're hiding players, but you're not going to be able to do that versus everybody, and that's the conundrum.
Yeah. So let's go through Collins, and we're going to talk about this. I want to talk. I want to get through the film, and then I want to talk. And then they say we got 135 people watching with 77 likes. Obviously, we just need y'all help real quick before we get into the film session on Collins on his Pass Pro, where we can compare. Let's hit that like, because see, this is thorough. This is not highlight analysis. It took a lot of work to cut up all the passing plays and all the running plays. How we're currently grading is how we was graded. This is how the OC was graded. This is how I was graded. They didn't look at my best plays and say, hey, this is your grade, boss. That never happened. They looked at every play I was out there and they gave me a grade on each one, whether it was a plus or a minus, period. So we giving you the real, and we putting these dudes side by side, so that if you actually watching this show and you really believe like we believe that film don't lie, then what is the film telling you so far? Like, for real, what is the film, forget opinions, what is the film telling you so far about the depth at guard? Do you have confidence, or do you have okay, or do you feel bad, or do you feel great? Because let me wait till I get to the end before I start summing it up. What's up, kid?
Yeah, definitely, bro.
I see you in the house. So let's get back into the pass game real quick. Now we dealing with Collins, big dog. It's on you.
Yeah, man. So now look at the right tackle here, and let's take a look. See, all right. Quick out of the stands, passes off the stunt. Sit down on the loop, man. No, don't get pushed back. Ball comes out quick, so it's of no consequence, right? But he passes it all fine. In terms of his set, he's fine. But, sit down with a little bit more power on that. But he does his job. All right, good set. All right, good job on the spin move, man. Good feet. All right, not oversetting the guy, right? Not oversetting the guy. Run down the field, blocking the guy because your quarterback escapes. Good job, man. That's a plus by you, man. Good hustle down the field. Ready for the spin move, not oversetting, good discipline, right? And look at his feet.
His feet better.
You're gonna just know, much quicker feet. Here we go, right there. Look, he's already on top of this guy. He's fine. Boom. No, you're not gonna speed rush me, baby. You ain't gonna speed rush me. I'm jumping out of here with width and depth, and baby, you ain't about to speed. No, sir. Here we go. That's it. Ball's out. We good. you ain't speed rush me. So great feet. Go for it. All right, and he gets jabbed inside, but he keeps his balance, man. But the feet were good. He missed with his hands a little bit, but he did plenty to get the job done. Okay, here we go. So he's open-ended here. And, all right, this is play action pass. So he's trying to throw that guy on the ground, right?
He actually finished him on that.
Yeah, he's throwing this guy on the ground. So good job by Avionte on that. And Avionte plays with a high seat, right? He doesn't sit with his butt low. He sits with his butt high. That's called playing high. That's how I used to play. He plays with kind of a high seat. And when you play with a high
yourself
seat,
a little bit. He remind you of yourself.
yeah, because I played high. Like I didn't play like ball plays super square and super low.
I'm messing with
right?
you.
I'm talking about in terms of style of set,
I'm messing
right?
I'm messing with you. No, don't pay me no
Yeah,
attention.
I'm not saying I'm something I'm not.
No. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, but I'm saying he has good feet though, man.
Yeah, and you were just explaining the difference between a high seat and a low seat in terms of, getting into your sets and being comfortable in your stance. And see, I understand that as a DB. You know what I mean? I understand that. Like, I look at players in terms of when I'm looking at them, I look at their pad level and how low they play, because that's also an indication of how you can turn. So it's just so funny, as me and you've been doing shows, I see so much of similarities between, crazy to say this, but even cornerback and tackle. This is crazy.
There's a lot of similarities. Yeah,
it's a lot of
similarities.
Especially because you got it. Well, I don't want to get into the nuance too much. Go ahead, bro.
No. You straight, man. You straight. But yeah, so here he is. And so this looks like a guy slanting inside, right? When you got a guy, this is just football IQ. You got a guy sitting here, looks like a slant. Okay, good. Looks like a slant, smells like a slant, it's a slant. So that's good. He does a good job on that play, reacting and pushing this man inside, which is what he's supposed to do. All right? So here he is, one-on-one again on the outside. Okay, good. All right, now he gives up ground here. Gives susceptible to the bull rush. Missed the hands there. Did his job, but he gets shut right there. Yeah, hands too wide. He throws the guy down. Gets a little bit of help. But missed with the hands right there, man. You got to get the hands. Stop him, dog. Yeah, he got underneath you on that play. So yeah, that's a loss. I mean, you did your job, but it's a loss. All right, here we go.
Boy, you be grading hard, OC.
No, I'm grading for real. If you miss with your hands, that's a bull rush. You got to push back 2 or 3 yards. I mean, hey, baby, I want to see you sit down in 2 or 3 yards. But he did his job. He stopped. All right, he did his job. Yeah, I'm being technical.
Side. Yeah, you looking at.
I'm being because I was technical with balls.
Right. Yeah, and you looking
here
at
we go. Great, and that's great hand placement. Then you see rewind that. That's great hand placement. Now what you just saw was great hand on that last play. Great hand. Look at that. So Avionte didn't like that last bull rush. Run that back one more time. Avionte didn't like that last bull rush. He said, all right, I'm about to stick you. And that's what he did. He set up, his hands were tight. Notice the difference between that play and his hands are tight. Hands are tight. He didn't get swiped. Hands are tight. And he stuck him. Boom, stuck him. The dude tried to knock his hands off and got his hands back on. Great job. He dominated him on that rep. Great rep. All right, stepping inside here. This is max protect. I don't know what McGovern doing. McGovern's sitting there taking a break. I think that bull rush made him mad. So here we go. He runs out here on the screenplay. That's a hard block, man. He missed him on the screen.
Balls in space, y'all suck in space.
That's hard.
You big boys.
That's hard.
I used to run around y'all so easy.
That's so hard. All right, here we go. Dude tries to bull rush him. He sits down and does his job on that play, man. Not bad. The ball comes out quick, right? Gave him a little push. The ball comes out quick. Okay, let's see him. Let's watch him work. Good job. Good discipline. A little bit too much on the spin move, but he covers the guy back up. It's a false sense of pressure, but ball got beat real bad. Yeah, ball got beat real bad on that play. So, it's just.
Yeah, we already we beat him up already.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, but he gets a spin move too, right? He gets a
Good point. I see what you're saying. Compare the two, because that's what we doing. We comparing the two. You look at one getting a spin move and you seeing, and then you look at the other side spin move and you getting.
Yeah, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, just
Avionte is light on his feet. He's better at changing direction. Okay, so again, that guy got inside, but he still recovered to block 42, even off the spin move.
Chris Johnson said, "OC, you see them fake punches Avionte doing? This good." He said that's good stuff.
Yeah, that's a ghost punch. Yeah, it's a ghost punch. And I wasn't trying to get too technical, but since you took me there, that's fine. Yeah, he's pumping the arm out because he's trying to bait him to slap. As soon as he tries to slap, he goes stick him and control him with an outside hand. That's a ghost punch, yeah. But the guy spins inside trying to beat him with athleticism, but that guy's athletic and quick, so he recovers. Yep.
All right, here we go.
All right, here we go. And to your point, Chris, good job. And good job, man. The guy comes right into his body. He does his job. He blocks the guy, covers him up completely. So that's fine. So here he is. And he got a tight end inside now, and he's covering. So this is really good and unique to see in the sense of, okay, this is just play action pass. He throws this man another hole, and he hits him again. And so, he's trying to finish guys. And that's what I do like. I do like the effort, even when it's play action pass, on not being content with hitting him once. Boom, come hit him again. He's trying to hit him twice. So good job. So now he's open-ended, okay? Motion is away from him. Now you got somebody here, all right, and that's a play action pass. He does his job, easy peasy, lemon squeezing, and ball is out. All right. Here he is inside. This is overload, right? You got 3 tight ends, right? So he's running inside. This is definitely play action, right? Trying to confuse the defense with overloading 3 tight ends to the right. All right. So. Good kick, baby.
And the
great kick.
And
great explosive kick. Look at that explosive kick. And he mauls the dude. That's called mauling the dude in pass pro. Look at the explosive kick. He beats that defensive end out of the stand. Look, come here, boy. He trying to rough him up. I like it. I love it. Good. Because he goes punching, the dude tries to stab him, and then he gets his right hand inside and gets his other hand on him and controls him. That's what he does. So it was a setup because he's strong enough to take his right there. Dude tries to bull him, and that's how you stop a bull. Notice the dude tries to bull him. He stabs him, and he controls him, and that's why the inside foot is so important. And I can even get more technical and break that down if you run it back.
Go for it.
That's why the inside foot is so important, man. Because right here with the ghost punch, go ahead, let it go. Boom. Notice, hey, he opens, right? But he controls them guy with his hands. And he's able to recover because he's able to push off. Let it go now. Let it go. He's able to push off the inside foot and run him by the quarterback. Notice he pushes off the left foot and run him by the quarterback once he gets his hands into it. So that's why you got to be able to move the inside foot. Anyway. All right, so here he is. This is the overload again, overload right. This is play action pass. Nothing to do here. Step inside. Just don't get ran over. Just the go route. And off we go. Very, very good catch. All right. So here he is, ISO one-on-one. You got overload to the left. So same thing. Overload left, overload right. Here he is. Good vertical jump set. Oh, don't lose him. He put him in a spin cycle on that one a little bit. But the ball came out, right? But it was a really good jump set. Good jump set right there. And then he just lunged a little bit. Dude spun inside, but the ball came out, so it's of no consequence. But good, quick vertical set. Just don't lunge and let the man come to you. Let the defender travel and time to punch a little bit better. All right, that's sidearm play. We saw that. That's play action pass. Did a job going down on that. All right, so this is him at right tackle. All right, and let's see what we got right here. Probably got a slant coming in here. All right, yep, and he's right there. He's sitting right there waiting for the game. Real good discipline. Notice he didn't get a lot of whip. It was a vertical slide, and he picks up the game, no problem. So good job by him.
And that is all of it. That's the pass pro. That's the run blocking. So we've done this in the past. This exact same exercise. Play by play, every play, no highlights, no lowlights. Side by side. How would y'all grade the two? And who would you say, and I want everybody to answer, who would you start if this was about fair competition? Let's just pause. There's no rush, OC. Let's just sit back because I want to see what they say. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to be waiting on y'all.
What say y'all? What do y'all think?
What do you say?
What do you guys say? What do you think? What would you do? What would you do?
From what you just saw. Well, yeah, I'm saying we will. Now I want to answer. Who would be your starter right now? Who would be your starter? Honestly, I need everybody to answer this too. Who would be your starter? So we just like we did this before between Steele and Collins. The votes are coming in. So far, it's 100% Collins. I really want as many people to vote as possible. So far, it's literally 100% Collins. And and we just using our eyes. This is all eyes. This is all about the eyes right here. So I'm seeing so far, I'm seeing 100%, literally 100% Collins. It's literally right now about 20 people that's voted, and it's still tackle or guard. Somebody said tackle or guard. Based on the film, who you trusting right now? That's all we asking. Who you trusting based on the film? So, and I appreciate everybody participating. I appreciate this because, you know, this is why we do this. We want to get y'all opinions. My boy said, ball, LOL Collins, man, quit playing. Coach be playing too much. Quit playing, coach.
Chauncey said not one of them. Chauncey, that's not an answer. That's who we evaluate today, man.
What'd he say? Not
He
one
said
of them.
not one of them. He ain't starting one of them.
I got you. Okay. Yeah, we grading it too. It is literally, and this happened the last time we did this. The last time we did the film breakdown, and we just asked, it was 100% still. Remember we did this? We just put it out there. We showed the film and say y'all vote. And this is crazy. Whenever you see this, I'm telling you, from all these random votes that I do on here, it is almost impossible to get Cowboy fans to agree on everything.
Yeah.
And literally, I'm literally looking at 100% right now with probably 30 people that voted now. 100% went with Collins. So this is the question. All right. This is where people misunderstanding us, OC, keeping it real. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is where people are misunderstanding us. This is why I'm not for just assuming that we gonna be okay.
Right.
You already know where I'm going.
Yeah.
Because it's too much politics. How do 100% of us watch the film, come out with the same thing? But what actually happened, OC? What actually happened in this preseason competition? Can you tell me, sir?
Well, all I can tell you is this, Boss Cowboy. Avionte Collins got activated the last week of the season. And Ball got a chance to play when we had injuries to Steele. And then it was a complete wipeout. And they said, whoa, can't play him at tackle no more. So he got the nod. He got the opportunity. You know?
So
So
I supposed
that's
to
what
think,
happened, man.
and I supposed to think we gonna just be okay, OC?
No? I mean, you're supposed to know.
See, because that's what people not factoring in of what we saying. The politics.
Yeah, I mean, you know what's going to happen. I already told y'all what's going to happen. If you follow Boss Cowboy Sports and you're watching any of these videos we put out, and you should, by the way, hey, man, look, if Matt Farnoak is not on fire and not playing out of his mind, they're going to try to mix in Josh Ball. And they're going to give Josh Ball every opportunity to win that left guard position.
But we ain't supposed to be worried, though. We ain't supposed to be worried. It's going to be fine. Everything going to be fine. Nah, bro.
Hey, but look, here's what we don't know. Josh Ball may have been taking his creatine, eating his peanut butter, jumping his rope, and he comes back a different man. He comes back, just balling out of control. That will be the only thing that will make us wrong.
Right. And that's fair. That's a super fair.
That will be the only thing that will make us wrong.
That's the part we don't see right now. We don't see what he's doing to make another year game. But going back, let me go back. Because see, before you go fair, I need everybody to understand why we urging about left guard. Because how did everybody watch all this film and have literally a universal agreement that what we saw from Collins was better? But who ended up causing one of those interceptions during the season? It was Bob. So if we supposed to take our eye off of left guard, that is goofy. Because we know that they have some philosophies with the Dallas Cowboys. And I just want to explain the philosophies and then we go just close it out. But it's some goofy philosophies in Dallas. Goofy. One of the goofy philosophies is if you pick them, you have to use them. And it is goofy. The Dallas Cowboys have shown us. They have shown us many times, if we choose to look at it, if we choose to open our eyes and look at it, that is philosophies that run us more than pure competition.
Yeah. Yes.
So let me
Common
explain
Sense, the $2 super chat says this real quick. Could politics be reason Spielman is gone? It could be.
Could be.
Yeah.
But see,
could be for sure.
That's speculative. And that, you know, but your eyes not lying to you when you saw Collins was clearly better than Bob. Now, what was they also doing in preseason? OC, did they move Collins to left tackle to see what he could do?
No, because he would have outshined Ball, and then it would have made it too obvious. So
the guy that got all the rotational reps, even though he was playing worse, was Ball.
Yeah, 100%.
And you know the sad part, OC, it didn't stop there. Guess who else they was trying to force out there? And see, y'all think we crazy when we say they can get goofy at left guard. Oh, boss, it's okay, calm down. Shit. Excuse me for cursing. OC hate when I curse. I apologize, OC, I really do.
Hey man, you know, you may have some kids watching. It's okay.
I'm sorry about that, y'all. You know.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Boss, sorry. But, and then this is the worst part, OC. He had a clear bum shoulder. He couldn't get through one practice. And y'all
should have had surgery immediately. He should have had surgery immediately, bro. Right. Immediately. They did him bad. They did him bad, man. He should have had surgery immediately.
And it goes back to that goofy philosophy. And it's goofy. And I've been looking at the chat, people like, why do they love Ball? Why do they love all they draft picks? That's the thing. Yeah. That's the thing. Okay, let me explain this because some people, they new to the channel, so let me explain it. I've done this before. I'm going to be quick with it. See, there are different philosophies, and I explained this before from Game of Thrones. If anybody watched Game of Thrones, all of them had a rule for bastards. Okay? So, meaning when you was born.
And real quick, boss. Southern Cal Cowboy fan, $5 super chat. Collins is clearly better. Boss, check the CashApp from last night. Just wanted to show my appreciation for the work you guys put in. Man, Southern Cowboy, appreciate you, brother. Salute.
Man, appreciate that, man. I will check my CashApp. The way you said it must be some real cheese in there, man. Oh, speaking of money, somebody reached out to me and they was like, boss, it was some people that was offended because you said that it wasn't as many super chats because it was past the first and people needed to pay bills. So let me tell y'all something. I wasn't being funny when I said that. I know that's a reality of us as we trying to live life. And the key part that I said after that was, and that's okay. So for the people that's offended, please use my whole context, not what you think I said. Because I said, I understand. It's not as many super chats because it's past the first and people have to pay bills. And guess what? That's okay. Meaning, I'm okay with that. Take care of your bills. Y'all go get to us when you get to us. And we always appreciate y'all super chats. So for the people
Stargazer Sports, real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick, Stargazer Sports with the $4.99 super chat says, when Ball went in and almost got Dak killed, Mike McCarthy pulled his tail right out. Coaches gonna have their bums protect Dak when they said that's their main focus. Yeah, it's contradictory, Stargazer, and that's why we're doing this series. To your point, Stargazer.
That's why we're doing a series.
It's contradictory.
Yeah.
It's contradictory.
Yeah, Star. It's just contradictory. And see, that's why, we need to do this so that people can understand why we so urgent about God. Because people act like we go just move in common sense. They like, oh, Will McClay, he like Chuma. Chuma's a bastard, dog. Let me explain the bastards, because people ain't gonna understand what I'm saying. So, when you was bastard, you was considered an illegitimate son. And you had different houses. So you first had the house Starks. And their rules when you was illegitimate is basically you was never able to restore rights of sonship because you was always going to be considered illegitimate. And they was considered noble fools. That's the Dallas Cowboys, to where we're so noble that we get so stringent in our rules that we don't know how to actually be flexible when we see talent. We get bogged down into those rules. I would say if we was on the Game of Thrones, the Dallas Cowboys are the Starks. Noble fools. An example of noble foolishness was what we did, for example, with Sean Lee. What Sean Lee said himself, OC, he said himself, if I wouldn't have been with the Dallas Cowboys, I would have been off this team. Been out the league. He said that on Colin Cowherd's show. But how can we sit in the offseason like, boss, everything is going to be fine? You're worried for nothing. I ain't worried about offensive line.
With the super chat,
like,
with the super chat 420, real quick, with the super chat, I love weed 420. He said, Q, question mark, LOL, go Cowboys. Man, salute to you, brother. We appreciate the super chat. Thank you.
But then you had the Boltons. Appreciate the super chat. You had the Boltons. They also had a rule for bastards, right? But see, this is the difference. When you was in the house of House Bolton, you could actually win your freedom and you could become a legitimate son based on your performance. That's how San Fran is. San Fran runs their organization like that. Philly is like that, to where if you are the better guy, they not gonna take you to know our guys' philosophies, and if we drafted you, we gotta play you. They just let the competition allow it to play out. And if you win, you become a son. Then there are teams to where there's no such thing as a bastard, which was like the House Martell. So meaning as soon as you sign that contract, we consider you a son because we acquired you to be one of us. And that's what make the Dallas Cowboy, our guys' philosophy just crazy to me. How can free agents like Collins sign his life to this team but get treated different because he wasn't drafted here? That shows the stubbornness, because see, your eyes can't deny what you just saw if you saw it. If you watch the film, you can't say Ball was better. But we saw them treat Ball better. We don't think that can happen at guard. And
here's another component. Ball was injured his first year, just like Matt. He didn't even play his rookie year. He was injured, just like Matt. And furthermore, if you talk about Chuma is not only considered an illegitimate son, he is not better than Avionte Collins. Think about that.
Say that again. Can you say that again, OC, for the people in the back?
He is not only considered an illegitimate son, but he is not better than Avionte Collins.
Nope.
Because this is the proof. This is the proof. They moved Chuma, who used to be a tackle, into guard. We know that Collins played guard and some tackle at Minnesota, played some guard at Pittsburgh. We picked him up. where did we have him? We saw his speed and competency good enough to at least let the dude play tackle. They didn't even let Avionte Collins play guard at all. They put you in right at guard. What they're saying you're not good at space. You don't got the feet to be a tackle, but we think you can do something. We put you inside. He's better than him right now.
Yeah. And then,
Straight up.
and this is the biggest reason we should be concerned about left guard. People think we joking right now, but to me, you gotta. Let me just put the camera on me when I say this. We gotta learn our organization. We don't know our organization enough. You know what I'm saying, OC?
Yeah, real talk.
Like, we don't really watch how we move enough. Because if you watched how we move, you should have urgency like me and the OC have. And it's not because of the depth. It's because of how we treat guys when they get here.
Yeah.
And that's what people are missing. See, and this is the big part. This is why I'm being honest. This is why I have some concerns with left guard. One of the main reasons I have concerns with left guard is because I watched us pass on a lot of people that could have come in here and compete.
Yep.
And we passed on them the whole draft. But it was likely based on the desires of Stephen Jones to see what's going to happen with Josh Ball and Matt Waletzko.
Well, here's the truth. We didn't draft a guy in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. If it was 8, it'd have been 8. We didn't draft. We didn't draft. We didn't draft no guards.
No guards.
Because we didn't want competition for ball. We didn't want no more competition for Fairview. We didn't draft one guard, and it was several guards that would have been better immediately that you didn't have to get in the first 2 rounds. By the way, it was several guards available that would have been better today, right now.
I say the same thing.
That would have put Josh Ball and Fairview in the dirt.
Yep.
Would have put him in the dirt.
Yep. Yeah. Ask me who. I can tell you. I can tell you exactly the ones. You know what I mean? I got 7.
Yep.
And I had 7 listed. Man, don't even get me started, bro. Let me say this before we get out of here. We got to be in my opinion, we got to be urgent about this. OC, I'm just keeping it real, bro. It's like people misunderstanding us. They think we over here panicking. It's like, nah, I know my organization, bro. I know how we move. I ain't just looking at, hey, Will McClay like this guy, or hey, we do got a lot of good depth. We gonna be okay. To me, you got to look at the whole thing. You got to say, okay, we got it's the same thing with Amari Cooper. Amari was a bastard. And just think about it. We kept the son, Gallup, and we got rid of the bastard. That's how, people don't understand. That's how in love Stephen Jones is with this plan. So if we don't put no pressure, if we don't voice this, if we don't say, I see you, you are giving him cover to continue the same politics as usual. And I'm just keeping it real. If you just don't say nothing, you watch this show and you be like, oh, that was entertaining. But you don't speak at all. You don't speak out against what you saw on film today.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also why we're doing this series. We just got to be vigilant, and I mean that. So we've already did the first part as we get ready to close this out. Where we kept our promise. We looking at what was said. It was told to us that we have depth at guard. So we looking at the depth and we judging it. You know what I'm saying? And we keeping our promise on that. So we looked at Chuma. Part 2, we just looked at Josh Ball and Collins. Now we go look at Farniak. That might be Sunday, that might be Monday, that might be Tuesday. We got a long time, so we not rushing. We want to be thorough on this. We want to do the same things we did today. We go look at Farniok pass plays, run plays. We go judge them. Farniok also had the toughest job, though. He was going against Allen and Payne.
Lord have mercy.
Jesus. So that might not be right. That might not be fair.
No, it's fair because that's who Ball, that's who Avionte, that's who Fair not gonna have to go through again. They're gonna have to face them same dudes. So no, it's fair. We ain't grading no curve either. We fair balance, and we just gonna tell you what we see.
No curves.
We just gonna say what we see.
We gonna say what we see. And what I love is everybody said what they see today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's that's why we love doing this content. Because if you watch this channel, now they can't talk you into no wee woo because you saw it. See, when people come over here and be like, man, Ball is just as good as Collins, you gonna be like,
oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
You gonna see it. When you see people hyping this stuff, and you go, guess who? I'm gonna get y'all ready for this. Get ready for this. Let me put the camera on me when I make this prediction. Get ready for a whole lot of media kiss-ups. Get ready. Get ready for those media people to push Stephen Jones' pets. Get ready for that. Get ready for them to be pumping up Ball. Get ready. Cause see,
he looks so good. He's amazing. He has a great chest. Oh, he just is phenomenal. He's gained 10 pounds of muscle. Oh, he looks fit. He is the white. He's the white Fanagan. He's awesome. He's the new Nate Newton. He's going to the Hall of Fame. First ballot, baby. First ballot. He's man. I knew we had a great pickup with him.
Oh, Ball, he's arrived. Ball is ready to go. And they ain't gonna be saying nothing about Collins. You gonna hardly hear a word about Chuma. And this is the worst part. You know what the worst part is? Even when Collins play well or Chuma play well, people not gonna even see it.
There's gonna be no commentary.
It's gonna be no commentary. You gonna literally have to go into the lab and look and focus on the offensive line like we did today. Because when you watching preseason games, you likely not gonna see it unless you focused on it. You just not. To put it like this, last offseason, before we close out, I was glued on Ball because I was concerned about the depth at left tackle. I was glued on it. But the whole time I was glued on it, Coach Maul was tapping me on my shoulder saying, hey man, I know you're looking at Ball, but that guy Collins playing good over there. And I was like, whatever, coach. You know, I'm thinking coach just talking. He said, boss, this dude, Collins, man, he over there. And I'm like, coach, he tripping. Shit. I went back and looked. I say, coach, oh, you were lying. And I was looking at the very game he was looking at. It's hard to see linemen. I'm just letting you know. Linemen don't get enough credit. And they don't get enough eye attention. So even when they ball out, you probably won't even know it unless you lock in on those guys like we did.
Yeah, man. So look, guys, man, if you like content like this, man, don't forget to hit that like button, man. Everybody here should hit the like button. Subscribe. Follow.
Before you give us that conclusion, I want to show people one more thing. Just one more thing, measurable wise. All right. Just real quick. I just want to show them also, you know, the measurables. Just so for a reference, for a full comparison. You know what I mean? So one of the big things is you see the reps, 28 reps from Ball with Collins. He didn't have a complete measurables because he didn't do everything, but you saw the 34 reps on the bench press. And then you also saw the speed. That's why he's very comfortable in his kick. You know, he has good speed, you know? So versus Ball is definitely not as fast. And it's crazy. They did a study and they found that offensive tackles that run over 5.1s usually don't make it in the NFL. And you got with Collins of 4.8. So go ahead though. You was getting ready to close this out. Well, let me get my final words and then you get your final words and we'll close out.
Good, bro.
So these are my final words basically on this series that we're doing. Obviously, this is a channel to where we promise that we attack problems. We do. We attack problems. We go right at it, right? And the reason we do is because we want solutions. The solution to this is fair competition, real competition. If it's fair competition and real competition, I do trust that guard go work out. I think guard go be fine. But I would also be a fool if I didn't look at the track record of how we move in Dallas. So I'm not assuming that it's going to be fair. I'm not assuming that Chuma is going to be the guy, even though Will McClay likes him. I'm not assuming that. I'm assuming what we've seen here for years, that we go try to force the draft picks or what we call sons over the bastards, which we call free agents. And they go try to force their hand. And if they try to do that, they're putting our quarterback at risk. If you think I'm lying, we did it last year. See, none of y'all crazy. Y'all all watched the tape today. All of y'all voted today. All of y'all said the same thing today. Everybody said exactly the same thing, that when we looked at them boys side by side, we came away that Collins won the competition. But did he? No. Why? Because he didn't play when it was time to play. Who did they roll out there at right tackle? Bow. So the politics is right in your face. You can't deny it, just like you can't deny this play right here. You can't deny that Collins made the block, and you can't deny that Ball was beat on the block. You can't deny it. It's right in your face. So I would urge everybody to stay vigilant on left guard. Don't let up. Don't ease up. Don't get on your laurels. Don't think everything gonna be okay. Everything could be okay if we had the right culture. If we had a Martell culture to where there was no such thing as bastards in our philosophy, I would say we go be okay. But nah, in my final words, we better keep our eyes open because we are the Snows. We are the Starks. We are the noble fools. So it would be foolish of us to take our eye off the ball. That's my final word.
Yeah, guys. So listen, man. The honest guy don't lie. Best player should play because it's the NFL, and that means not for long if you got a bad offensive line. So at the end of the day, man, we'll continue to roll this thing out, man. We'll evaluate, and then at the end, we'll actually get your vote. Well, who do you think right now, based upon who's in the building, should get reps at left guard? Right, so I'm excited to get to that point, man. But thank you guys for the support. Thank you for the super chats, by the way. Thank you for the CashApp support. And don't forget to follow Boss Cowboy Sports on all the platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You guys can follow me, the OC100 on Twitter. And until next time, guys, we'll see you.
Yeah, so we got one more of these. Thank you, OC.
Yeah, man, all good.
Y'all clap it up for the OC.
Cowboy Sports. Where
clap
your
it up,
voice matters.
Another one.
Clap it up for the OC. We got 4 of y'all coming up next. So that's gonna conclude the series. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Ain't no switching up, man. None.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Stay focused on what's first.
Another one.
Stay focused on what's first.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
I am.
If we locked in, ain't no switching up.
Cowboy Sports.